How do you manage to do this? How did you make it last for so long? I am so envious of you. These are some of the comments I get to hear when I start telling people about my love life, my love story. The love story that started 2 decades back. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, this eternal love story of mine is between me and my zero figure. It started way back, about 2 decades back, when I was just entering my teenage years. As a 12, 13-year-old, it was the first time I encountered, it was the first time I ever met and encountered zero. At that time, I have to tell you, it was puppy love. I loved everything about it. After all, here I was, a 12-year-old, one of the tallest in class, and had zero by my side. All my girlfriends, super jealous of me. And I have to admit that I got my fair share of boy attention too. So I had to enjoy, as any teenager would do. By the time I was 16, the girls in my class did catch up to the height, but zero was loyal to me. It didn't move. All these years, I loved it, embraced it, and enjoyed it to the core. I thought I was the luckiest one. It was only when I turned 18 and went to college in India that I started doubting this relationship. Mostly because my friends at that time started pointing out that probably zero was not good for me. It did have some effect and influence on me, and not all of them were positive, especially on my physical being. While I was trying to comprehend, understand, and deal with this, an incident happened that flipped me. One of the afternoons, I was trying to get out of my classroom, which was on the 7th floor of my department, and at that very moment, it started to rain like crazy. And the wind started to gush in heavy speed. In spite of all my efforts, I could not take a step forward. Only because zero was right behind me, pulling me back. Finally, I had to call 2 of my friends to rescue, who held me from both sides and dragged me out of the situation. Post that, I knew I had to get away from zero. In my attempt, I made friends with junk food, alcohol, and everything and anything that I thought could be of help. Sadly, my efforts didn't come of any use, and zero didn't buzz from my life. It continued to be there and influence me and my body type, so much so that I graduated from college weighing 32 kgs. By then, I'd come to terms that zero was a constant in my life. I knew that I had to come to terms with whatever came along with this relationship. I at least told myself that while there were some negatives, it did come with few positives too. You see, this relationship, my partner was super secured. It was so secured while I went through ups and downs of my life, experimented with other relationships, and even moved countries. It was only when I decided to get married and settled in life that I started reconsidering this relationship again. I thought I had to be loyal to one, you see. So I thought I'll put in the effort again. This time, I decided to do that one thing that zero detested the most. I went on a weight gain diet. And mind you, I went from 32 kgs to 38. But zero went unaffected. It didn't matter. All my efforts gone in vain. I just had to learn to live being a married woman and having him by my side. I just had to move on in life. And I eagerly waited to turn 30. Why? Because my family kept telling me that wait till you turn 30. That is when age starts to catch up. And then zero will start getting disinterested in you. Well, friends, I'm 35 today. and zero stays. And it is not that in the last 5 years that I've been in my 30s, I have given up. I have put in all my effort. Even so that I tried this Ayurvedic powder that a cousin of mine suggested. I took it for 2 years and it worked initially. I went from 38 to 44, but after that it stopped working. And I have a logic behind it. I think it stopped working because Zero started manifesting it, just like how Toastmaster Muskan was manifesting that she gets picked up for table topic. Because Zero just could not leave my side. It just wants to be there. Its commitment towards me has been constant and has not deflected in the last 2 years. In these two decades of the relationship with Zero, I have seen the world change. I have seen my mind change. I have seen my skin change. The only thing that has not changed is my body. And I know exactly what is going in all of your heads right now. Why are you complaining? Isn't that a good thing? Well, it does come with some perks. I still fit into clothes that I bought a decade back. But mind you, it also comes with some cons, like the bill I have to pay for altering clothes. And I have to admit that sometimes it feels good when people come to me and say, "Oh, but you don't look your age, you're 35. But it is also a struggle to deal with the health issues that comes along. So to all of you sitting in the audience today, I just want to say to every individual who's been experimenting, embracing, or struggling with body positivity, I feel you. I understand your struggle with your mediums, your large, or your plus sizes, because that is nothing different from what I experience with Zero. Over to you, Toastmasters.